Hello there, my crafty friends. As promised, I am live again tonight. I need to adjust one thing in here. Bear with me for just a second. Okay, that should be better. I'm hearing the feedback, like my echo in there, and I don't like it. So, as promised, I am going live again tonight because I messed up last night and my pre-order was, or not my pre-order, my order wasn't set to arrive until today. So, I want to show you that. Now, that being said, I told you that I was going to demonstrate this card properly because I messed it up last night. But uh, as I mentioned, my daughter is moving Saturday morning and she needs help packing and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to do my unboxing tonight. And then, if it's okay with you, I am going to save this for my Monday video because there are, I think, so many steps to this that it could easily take far too much time. And I mentioned yesterday that I just want to make sure I'm actually live here. Mute that. Um, Hi, Sandy. Can you give me a thumbs up if the audio sounds okay? Because last night it was super garbled, and I had to start like three separate times. I think I've got it figured out. The microphone that I ordered, which is like a lapel thing, still didn't work, but we'll figure that out. And you're probably wondering, I never wear hats. My hair is short. I've got like wicked hat head now. I've been wearing it for most of the day. It was a beautiful day. So for my morning and afternoon breaks and my lunch, I spent some time outside. You can see I'm a little bit burnt. Kids went in the neighbor's pool. They weren't home. They gave us permission. So we ate dinner outside. It was a lovely day. So the hat is on. And in case you're wondering, I'm not a Chicago Bears fan. It was the hat that fit the best. Hi, Chris. Uh, Aw, thank you, Jenny. Virtual hugs to you too. Um, is the sound okay? Looks like it is. Okay. Yay! Okay, so if you're just tuning in, I am going to save this for my Monday video and I'm going to show you why. But after I was live last night, I figured out how to make it better because I hadn't planned ahead for this part and it didn't close. And I rambled on so long that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to delete last night's live and we'll start from scratch. But I was mentioning the sailing home, smooth sailing dies, and they arrived today. So I used this little bit for right here. But as promised, I am going to do my unboxing. Do you ever find that once you take a die off the sheet, it never fits again? Like, how did this come off of right there? I don't know. But this is why I put them on a magnetic sheet. Aw, that's awesome. I want to order my own hat because this is my son's, but I love that this one doesn't have like one of those thingies. It's not a snapback and it's not too tight. One of the other ones that I tried on, it was like, ooh, instant headache. So I want to order some teams. Hi, Karen. I need to get a Winnipeg Jets one. And this is probably blasphemous right now, but I would like to get a Montreal Canadiens one. My daughter has a Yankees one and she loves it. Okay, so I will tell you that I did go through this only to verify that everything was there because it is a very pricey, large order. Hi, Lisa. And the other thing I did was I took all the plastic off of the dies because I don't know about you, but hearing that sound on a Facebook Live or video drives me nuts. But this is the big box. Let me move this out of the way. We'll move that up there. So how is the weather where you are? Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 39 degrees Celsius here. It's gonna be a scorcher. These are in no particular order. I'm just going to start pulling things out. So this was one of the few things I didn't open. Hi, Melissa. I know, right? Look at that, Karen. So I had a Zoom call just a little while ago about technology, and I think I've mentioned to you before that part of why it definitely appears, because it is, part of the reason that I have tech issues is because I'm always striving for better. So when I learn something, I want to learn more or I want to go to the next thing. So once I get the microphone figured out, right now I'm using my AirPods and it seems to be working. Um, Once I get the microphone, everything should be good. The software's running well. I can see your comments. The sound isn't garbled like it was last night. It's awesome. And then just when I get comfortable with it all, I'm going to go and change it. Count on it. So these are the new wintry embossing folders. These are great for the mini. They're the 3 by 6, just over 6 inches. And then I'm just going to start going through the box. Oh, so there was 3 orders that arrived today, and I'm guessing on my main one, I took the plastic off. So I'll try and be quiet on these ones. There's only like 3 sets in here. So what's cooking is an adore, like, how awesome are these fonts? Sending you a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love. Love it. Love, love, love. I know, Melanie. I almost ordered them twice. So yeah, love that this is embossing and cutting, but I love this. One of the samples in the catalog is like creating recipe cards with this, which would be awesome. So these all have dies, which is awesome. Actually, not the little hats and those veggies, but it looks like everything else. We've got the whisk and the spatula and the knives. Yeah, so spoiler, this is one of my bingo prizes. Not this one. I ordered one for myself and one for bingo prizes. I'm not going to put that back in. So this will be one of the bingo prizes for my Just Peachy bingo on Saturday. And I know I deleted. Hi, Dawn. Yes, Melissa, that is it September? It is one of the upcoming months, the What's Cooking. Tiffany and I cannot wait to play with that one. I forgot what I was going to say. Seascape is an adorable one. And if you haven't seen this, it's like one of the very first bundles in the catalog. But I thought when I do this card, the video, should I stay with these little fish that are part of the Shark Frenzy? Because I mean, I used the foliage from Shark Frenzy. And yeah, you can see my little seahorses tucked in there. But look at these fish. They have like gills and eyes and everything. Should we use those in there? We'll see. I mean, if it looks dumb, I won't use it, but I think I will die cut them and show them to you. I'm going to do this as I go along. Now, if this is your first time catching me, welcome. I am Melissa. You've done some great things with that bundle already. So what I do is I will put a magnetic sheet in. Now that it only covers that, I'd like to put it there, but I noticed that when I put my dies on the left side and the stamps on the right, when I open it, the dies tend to fall off. They're not super magnetic sheets, but I put my magnetic sheet in there with the dies on it, and then I also put some of those little color coding circle dots on here. One will be pink to show that there's dies in here, and one will be green. I don't know if you can see a whole bunch of stickers back there. The green ones mean they're from the new annual catalog. Next is Hats Off. And this is another one that's going to be a bingo prize as well. Not this bundle. I bought extras of those. So if you've never attended Stampin' Up! Bingo, it is so much fun. Obviously, the registration for this one is long gone, but I do them every couple months. Okay, so the hat builder dies, there are some amazing projects with this. This is a great bundle for Father's Day. Hi, Pam. So it does the stitching. Like, look at all these stitch dies. You've got another little fish, you've got a star, a bison, lightning, a little tree, a tiny little hat. I think even if you don't have an immediate use for this one, it's going to be great. And I think one of my favorite hats is this in the pink camo from Pattern Party. Uh, I'm like, what did I do with those? I do keep those envelopes, mostly for my BOGO sale, but I've also seen that demonstrators use these to put like embellishments and things in. Okay, here is the art in bloom. You know, Melanie, I think it wasn't until I saw Melody Hyde's video that I realized that was even a bison. But I mean, hello, Manitoba. This art in bloom is one of the more expensive bundles in the catalog. It is $72 Canadian, but so worth it because it comes with a stamp set. I'm sorry, I tried avoiding this plasticky sound. Me too, Jenny. I'm going to need some help using all this stuff. So let me know what you want to see in videos and Facebook Lives. Okay, so this one embosses. You've got these flowers. You can stamp them and then emboss them. And then the dies will cut them out. Nothing new, right? That's what dies do. So when I first started, and probably even up until the most recent catalog, it was always like I was in a rush to be the first one to share something with new product. I've gotten past that because I mean, we all have different styles, and what someone does with a bundle isn't necessarily what I would do with it. So I'm probably going to feel some guilt about having all this new product and not being able to play with it right away. Because, funny story, when I started as a demonstrator, I would hear people say all the time, "Oh my God, I've got that one, but I haven't used it." And I'm like, what? I would, as soon as an order arrived, with a smaller budget, mind you, I would play with everything. I wanted to make sure that right away I played with it so that it wasn't sitting there unused. And I mean, with a small budget, you can only get so much. So you're like, yes, let's play. Oh, that's cool, Melissa. They store unmounted wood sets. Okay, so it is a big stamp set. I love these dots and little rectangles. Now, when we get to a set like this where we've got the photopolymer and the ink, like the everything here, I'm still putting my magnetic sheets in here. I don't find this to be all that helpful because the font is all backwards. So that's just me though. But we've got some great leaves, kind of like the ones in the magnolia dies. We've got this ticket, and these, from what I understand, you put them in the embossing folder. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to wreck this because you can't buy the embossing folder on its own. But I believe that what you do is run it through like that and you emboss and cut at the same time. How cool. See, I just took it off and I still don't know how it came out of there. So that is Art in Bloom. It's at the very back of the catalog. I think it's fairly easy to miss. Okay, thank you, Sandy. Elegantly said. This was one that I mentioned that everyone was getting this set, and I felt like it was partly because we were running out of things to buy in the pre-order. Like you want to have everything, and I didn't want to get it right away. I wasn't sold on it, and then I hesitated too long, and it was on back order. But I was able to get the stamp set. The punch is still on back order, so it will ship shortly. Ship shortly. Uh, Melissa, I don't think it does. It is a very, like, it is a deep folder, and this part just kind of nestles in there. I think that there's enough of a raised edge on this side because that is raised and this is raised. So it's embossing both sides of all of these. Maybe if we have a minute, I will show you these. But like I said, my daughter is downstairs packing, and I think emotion's starting to get the best of her. I mean, this is a big move for a 20-year-old, right? Let me move these out of the way. All for baby. This was kind of a last second addition to my order. Right. So it's a hybrid folder that it's not supposed to damage. And I think that's because there's so much depth on either side. So this one has got a cute, distinctive look to it. Like that teddy bear almost looks fluffy. And then you've got all these adorable dies. And even if you didn't want the stamp set, you could do this one standalone. I mean, the bear would look kind of funny, but you've got bibs, you've got onesies, little pajamas. I'm guessing those are little pockets, are they? Probably. But so cute. And clothespins. Hello. So cute. So I don't have a lot of babies. Oh, and the hangers. Not a lot of babies. Well, actually, that's a lie, isn't it? There are a whole lot of COVID babies. My neighbor's daughter is, her son's 7, and they're now 6 months pregnant with their second. Like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Layering hugs, sending hugs was one that I've wanted right from the get-go. But like I mentioned, part of the delay in me getting all this is I was part of a BOGO sale and I needed the cash back in order to place my large order. So that's why everything's taken so long. I don't have the kind of money to be investing this much all at once. So it took a little bit. But layering hugs, sending hugs, sorry, I keep reading the dies. I saw a great post by a fellow Canadian demonstrator, and she took the word hugs because it cuts out this great floral image that has the word hugs, but you can also individually cut out the word hugs. So you can stack them and you'd have a border on this one and not on that. It's two adorable little tags. So what she did was she took the word hugs and figured out how many different words she could come up with. And the one that she shared was ugh, like UGH. And I'm like, that is genius. So, sh would be another one. Like you've got SH. You'd have to run the H's through a couple times. But I think this is adorable. And I love that line image. So this doesn't cut out the stamped image. This is if you just want to do cardstock. I don't know, what do we call those dies? Now this is another one that on the pre-order everyone was getting, and it's another $72 one. But it was a fellow demonstrator that used the letters here, and I'm like, oh, I've got to have that. I have got to. And I think more than the images, I mean, who doesn't love a good ink splatter? But it was that and the dies. The dies are really fantastic. Open. Like, look at all that. You don't even need to stamp any of these. They don't coordinate. You're just cutting them out of cardstock. Love that tag. Look at this. How stinking cute is that? Love it. Which one, Jenny? This one? This one was one, it was peer pressure. I'm going to chalk it up to peer pressure. But it was really that tag. I didn't even notice that one, but I'm going to use the heck out of that. Okay, that one won't fit. This is probably going to be a 2-magnet sheet. But this one, I can't remember who it was, but I'm like, oh, yep, you're the reason I'm going to have this stamp set. Turtle Friends. Can you believe it? Love them. Yeah. See, and I was sold on the dies more so than the stamp set, but it was the typed distressed lettering that got me. So I'm not sure if Megan's watching, but if she is, I got it. And you are turtly loved. So I keep seeing people wondering what the heck these little circles are. They're actually meant to be the eyeballs. If you didn't want to stamp the turtle, you just want to punch it. So you'd have the white of the eye and the little pupil. How cute is this bird? It's time to celebrate. So I know that when I was doing the card destash last week, one of the videos that was requested is the turtle bundle. So I will be doing that. Encircled in Friendship isn't normally my style, but I mean, I love that. You're the best. You know, I love a good mixed font. And on this one, it really is the dies. Whoops, the dies that sold me. So they are nice and lacy. So this actually has 3 dies on it. So you can cut the outline, you can do the lacy thing, you can do that middle one. And then there's also, they're all circles because it's called Encircled in Friendship. Yeah, the turtle, it's like the donkeys for me. I don't love it, but I'll do it. It's around for a year. So I think these are going to be great. They're a little ornate and maybe out of my comfort zone, but sometimes I think some of the best designs we have come outside of our comfort zone, right? So that is Encircled in Friendship. Sorry, my light keeps trying to adjust as I put it down. If I turn this light off, like, look, my hand's all blown out, right? If I turn that one off, I get too much of a shadow, so I'm sorry. Okay, now the rest are stamp sets. Oh, no, I lied. There's some more that have dies. To the moon, Alice. I love this. I think I love the phase, like the moon phases the most. Love you to the moon and back. Like, this would be great for one of the kid sets too. More thanks than stars in the sky. Always reach for the stars. Totally Toy Story. But I think I love the like watercolor texture to it. And speaking of which, next is the watercolor shapes. And I think some people are wondering what the heck to do with this. They're going to make great little background things. So if you have, say you have a sentiment strip, maybe you've got something from the many messages or many happenings, you could just stamp that in the background and have a little strip that goes across there. I think these are going to be interesting. These two coordinate with the double oval punch. There were a couple of punches or dies that worked for this. The rectangular one will work for that. I don't remember the rest, but I think this is going to be a staple. Okay, now my favorite, Melody Hyde, was the one that sold me on both of these. If you don't follow Melody on Instagram or on Facebook, she's part of the Stampin' Through the Catalog design team. She is a concept artist at Stampin' Up, and she just reached Silver Elite. Congratulations, Melody. I don't pretend to even for a second think that she watches my Facebook Live, but everything she does is just amazing. So she did something with the penguin, and it was thank you for all the little things you do and for your big heart. And the penguin was kind of leaning on the N with this little foot on the K. So stinking cute. And if you saw last night, I shared my Sweet Stampin' Connection cards. If you're looking for last night's video, it's gone. I deleted it because I thought I'm going to redo that. Sometimes I ramble on just far too much. These are my Sweet Stampin' Connection, so my team members get these for free. Anyone that shops with me and spends at least $35 a month will get this and the Stamping Society tutorial for free. But this little sun is from the Sharing Sunshine. It's got a face, it's got cheeks, it's got a couple of different sun circles, and then these clouds are from the Give It a Whirl dies and then the basic borders. So cute. I love it. So when oh, cute. I ended up with the one of the sun patterns. I just stamped a whole bunch of the circles. They're really cute. And I mean, you could do that with that watercolor stamp set too. But when I thought about the theme of summer for Sweet Stampin' Connection, I was going to get these because thought you could use some sunny thoughts today. But I mean, there's enough sentiments in here. Turns out I didn't even use, oh yeah, I did. Actually, I didn't even use one from either one of these. I used After the Storm. It was kind of fun doing a tutorial where it wasn't product based because I can use whatever I want. I could use 20 stamp sets and dies. I use this as the raise for the, I shouldn't tell you everything because then you don't need the tutorial, but I used Frenchie's stamp set After the Storm for my raise, and I used A Little Sunshine for Your Day. And if you can see these, there's a little bit of scribble in the fill of the sentiment. You see? It's super cute. So those are a couple of different ones that I think will pair well, but I keep seeing this bear done super cute, and yeah, I think there are some cute things. I don't know that I might use those. I don't know that, like, what is this, a kiwi? I think it's a kiwi, right? Okay, this Daisy Garden I got because, of course, it coordinates with Daisy Lane, which is a stamp set from a couple of years ago, and it's carried forward, has it? It has. It must have. But I love that it's like a full stamp. You could use this like as the full background and then punch some daisies in the front. Next is the festive foliage. I think this one's going to be great even beyond Christmas because other than the holly, there's not anything that's like completely Christmas. And it's another big one. It's not like a full background stamp, but well, maybe it is. Pretty close. That brings us to another die set, the Season's Blessings. And I don't think this one has to be just Christmas or winter at all. I think there's fall, like that doesn't have to be a poinsettia. It could just be any kind of flower. So that is in the Christmas section, but I think it goes far beyond that. And I thought, I better get these Christmas ones before the new catalog comes out. And then I'm like, annual catalog, what? Part of this is this baskety thing. I think this is going to be great with the Plentiful Plants bundle, the Bloom Warrior Planted DSP. I love this basket. And I think every stamp set in here has a coordinating die. Maybe not these tiny little dots, but isn't that awesome? That basket, though. You could use that with the baby clothes one and have a whole bunch of laundry coming out of the basket. Okay, I'll put that together after. Here's another background one that peer pressure. I wasn't going to get this one, but why not, right? I did see a video by Elizabeth Rush, who's a US demonstrator. I collaborated with her on one project in the past. It was the Parcels and Petals blog hop. I should think about doing something again. But she used bleach with this, with different colors of cardstock, and you should check out that video because there were a couple of surprises in how it turned out with the bleach. Only two more! Garden birdhouses. I didn't think I was going to get this one, but it's cute. Look at these little birds and the houses. And I know my wallet agrees with you, Jenny. But in this instance, I had money that I had to use, so it worked out well. I think this one might be cute with the birds and branches, which I had ordered a few, let's say 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I haven't used yet. That was a carryover from last year's catalog. And then Measure of Love. This is another one that Tiffany and I will be using. I want to say this one's for blends, but it could be for Creativity Delivered. I can't keep it all straight. But I really wish there were dies for this one. I can't understand why Stampin' Up! Would think that we would want to cut out cupcakes and a bowl of cherries. Like, seriously? I've seen people just very roughly go around it. Like, I think this one should have had dies for sure. Now, while the scale and the bowl are super easy to cut, once you put these little stems on the cherries, like this thing, come on. Now, I think because I just looked at these dies today, if you wanted to have that little dial, use the Sailing Home dies. It might be a little big, but you could probably modify it a little bit. But I mean, that's going to be a pain in the butt to cut out. You could just cut, like die cut the whole thing and then cut that piece off and then use a brad in there. And Bob's your uncle. If you find any other arrows like this, let me know because I really think scan and cut is going to be the way that I go ahead with this one. I really think it should have had dies. My pile is getting so big, it's going to fall down. Okay, and one other set of dies, and the stamp set for this one is on back order. Do you have any guesses as to which one before I pull it out? And there's only one more thing in the box, and that is these Happy Trails mugs. So this is a demonstrator perk. I think it's only for demonstrators. It's not in the catalog, but you can order these like tin. I don't know what they are. They're enamel, and it says Happy Trails in the bottom, and it's got an acorn. Super cute. So I got 2 of those for some gifts and stuff. So does anyone have a guess as to what this could be? The only thing left that I haven't ordered, seemingly. There are still things that I want to get. There's still seasonal ones, but that'll have to wait. There's still a couple of holiday ones that I would like to get, like the Tidings of Christmas. I think there was one more. Karen loves the mugs. Okay, well, I'm going to open this because I got to go help my daughter pack. It is the All Squared Away, and the stamp set is the thing that's on back order, which shocks me because I think I'm going to use the dies way more than the stamp set. What do you think? Which one would you use more? The stamp set or the dies? Or maybe both equally? But look at these cute little blooms. That one's cute. I wouldn't have known what the heck that was if it wasn't for this die right here. So that needs its stamp set to come before I can take it out of its case. Okay, so check back on Monday. I'm with you, Melissa. I don't know that I need the stamp set, but I mean, I order the bundle because it's cheaper. Well, not cheaper, but I'm saving 10%. And you know I'm going to get it anyways. So check back on Monday. I will have done a video on this. I will try those other couple of fish that we saw. And if you see these ones on the finished card, you'll know that they were the best fit. But I will try to remember to show you what the other ones look like. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed that unboxing, and we will see you soon. We'll do one wave there and one wave there.